doesn't rain in Morris Plains, it's just raining on Morris Plains today. And it's a COVID cleaning.
As good as I'm gonna get.
Thanks to our police, fire, road departments, VFW Post 3401, and auxiliary founded in 1922, and our Roberts Garden Commission for supplying us with a beautiful park. In 2020, our parade grand marshal was to be Alice DeGreevy, proprietor of Arthur's Tavern. We will honor her today in our parade. Arthur's Tavern has been a staple of Morris Plains business since it first opened in 1957 as the Brook Tavern. After its expansion in 1982, Arthur, Alice's father, renamed it Arthur's Tavern, which we all know and love. Alice is being honored for her longtime support of activities in Morris Plains, which include Little League and many other youth sports sponsorships, fundraisers, and Rotary projects. She has also offered generous support to our PBA and has become close friends with many of our residents. Alice is truly outstanding, loving, and a kind woman. Alice is being represented by her daughter Elise Marie Moore Fuentes and her grandchildren Daniel, age 8, and Ava, age 6. Congratulations, Alice, and thank you for all your devotion and support you give to the community of Caring. 2021, the community of Caring has awarded all essential workers the Community of Service Award. The award includes all first responders, healthcare providers, and essential workers throughout the pandemic crisis. You will see essential workers marching in the parade today. I am confident that I can take the liberty to speak on behalf of all those who have ever called Morris Plains home. Our sincerest thanks and gratitude for all you have done to keep our community safe during the most difficult time. This comes from all of us in the community of Caring throughout the year. I'd like to introduce members of the parade committee who have worked so hard this past year putting this together. Steve Welch, chairman and member for 35 years. Larry Ripley, master of ceremonies. Marcia and Gary Wynn, captain of the parade marshal. Frank Drexler for 35 years. Barbara Fisher for 35 years. Glenn and Karen Fisher. VFW Post 3401. Lori Fu. Lieutenant Mike Rolfe, Sue McCluskey. Jason and Donna Carr. Karen Coffey, Kathy Kelly, Katie Wynn, Bernice Warner, Miss Sunshine, she sends it up from Florida today, and Pastor Councilman George Cooper. I would also like to recognize the Morris Plains Museum Borough historians, Dan and Mary Claire Meyer. How about a round of applause for them? In our parade today, Boy Scout Troop 39 will be the only youth organization marching. Boy Scout Troop 39 celebrated their 90th anniversary in 2020 and could not celebrate this accomplishment at that time. The Boy Scouts developed a foundation of leadership and collaboration skills that are carried forward as they move into adulthood. Troop members are encouraged to earn merit badges in a variety of important life skills and are supported by the troop every step of the way. Congratulations on your achievement on your 90th and 91st anniversary. Troop 39 has been led by the following Scoutmaster, Ron Swanson, for 7 years, Assistant Scoutmaster Mike Enderley for 7 years, Assistant Scoutmaster Frank Casaval for 10 years, Committee Chair Caroline Garavaglia for 9 years, and Eagle Scout Coach Al English for 7 years. The past 90 years have brought 91 Eagle Scouts, which is the highest achievement you can reach for Boy Scouts, and we'll add 2 more to the ranks this year. In the past 14 years, 12 Eagle Scout projects have been completed here in Morris Plains, such as new trail construction, like Court Road, updating the courtyard of Presbyterian Church, bike racks and parks, bat boxes, railroad bridge mural, fishing and boating docks, community park, flag boxes, and welcome to Morris Plains signs. On a more somber note, it is with great sadness that I share with you Lieutenant Bob Boucher, passed away on February 7th of this year. Lieutenant Colonel Bob Boucher has celebrated previous parades with us, and 2 years ago he was 100 years young. He Lieutenant Bob O'Shea was the lead pilot of over 500 B-29s that flew over the Missouri at the time of the signing of the surrender from Japan. This time I'd like to take a moment of silence. Bob, you will be missed but never forgotten. Thank you. And now I'd like to invite Father Michael Allen from St. Paul's Episcopal Church for the invocation.
Today, let us stop. Let's spend some time in memory of men and women who gave the ultimate sacrifice so that we stand here today, gathered together, freedoms that we hope will never ever take for granted. I invite you now to join me in lifting up our prayers on this Memorial Day. Everlasting God, we come to bow our heads in respect of you and thank you for our great country. We come before you today remembering our country's heroes, both dead and alive. Purpose to make this day a time to show honor to the men and women. Sacrifice has helped to keep us safe and free. On this day, we acknowledge their bravery. We want to recognize the sacrificial contributions of these lives. So stir our hearts, O God, with thankfulness as we remember our country's treasures lying in graves beneath our nation's soil, soil of lands far away. May we be inspired to be more abundant in our own service to country and community as we commemorate their lives of service. They gave the ultimate sacrifice, and we respectfully remember them today. Remembering those of past is only the task that is set before us today. Let's also carry their love, their honor, and their duty forward to the future generations. Our children and our grandchildren must know who they were, what they did, and why they did it. To do anything less would be a disservice to their sacrifice and to their memory. Finally, as we continue our observation of this sacred day, I want to respectfully honor again all the men and women who presently serve in our armed services. May they always feel appreciated. May they be protected this day and every day. Amen.
And now we will have the flag raising by Chief Michael Karofsky and Patrolwoman Anne-Marie Barrett of the Lawrence Plains Police Department. Now the national anthem by the Lawrence Plains Borough School Band, directed by Rachel Sousa. Let's have one more round of applause for that band. They did this in this weather with wet music and everything. Thank you very much. This time I'd like to introduce members of the Town Council and other dignitaries that are here today. We have Council President Kathy Kelly, Council Members Sal Cortez, Art Broom, Dennis Wagner, Nancy Berta, and Joan Goddard. We also have with us today Father Michael Falgowski, pastor of St. Virgil's Church, also known as Chaplain Captain Michael Falgowski of the U.S. Air Force Reserve. We have Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill here with us today. Assemblywoman Betty Lou DeCroce. We have Acting Morris County Prosecutor Robert Carroll. We have Assemblyman Jay Weber, Morris Plains resident. Morris County Sheriff James Gannon joins us today. And members of the Hope One band also. Thank you, Sheriff. We have Morris County Commissioner John Frickus with us. And Typhoon Solen. We also have Morris County Surrogate Heather Darling with us. If I missed anybody, I apologize. Right now I'd like to ask our Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill if she will step up and say a few words.
Thank you so much. I'm such a really horrible day. This is a wonderful tribute to all the men and women who give their lives in service to our country. I'm so happy to be here with everyone today. As a veteran myself, I've always appreciated the solemnity and power that Memorial Day holds. It's a time we can take a moment and honor all the brave men and women who died in service to our country. And I truly missed this celebration of last year, so I'm so thankful for reminding all those persons of their death. We faced great challenges this past year, but New Jerseyans are known for resilience. And it's been quite inspiring to see how everyone has come together to support each other through these tough times. And today is no exception. We're here today to honor those Americans who died in service to our nation. Their sacrifices from the Revolutionary War to Afghanistan have protected our freedom and our safety here at home for hundreds of years. In New Jersey, our residents have always answered the call and have laid down their lives for our values and our democracy since the founding of our nation. From the bitter winter Washington's troops were encamped at Morristown during the Revolution to the mountains of Afghanistan after September 11th, brave men and women of this state have been at the core of service to our nation. And so today I'm thinking of them, the countless New Jerseyans who have lost their lives fighting for our country. And I want to take a moment to spotlight one such New Jerseyan, First Lieutenant Samuel C. Corson. Lieutenant Corson was born in Madison in 1926, and he attended Newark Academy for high school. He went to West Point before joining his fellow countrymen in Korea in 1949. He took command of Company C, 1st Battalion, 5th Cavalry Regiment, 1st Cavalry Division. Lieutenant Corson gave his life to save another's. While leading a patrol, they encountered enemy forces and entered into fierce hand-to-hand combat. When he saw a fellow soldier was hit, he ran to save him, fending off a number of enemy soldiers in the process. This heroism saved the man's life at the cost of his own. He was only 24 years old. His son, Sam Corson Jr., was very young when he lost his father. He has admirably kept the story and spirit of his father alive here in NJ11, and I'm really proud to honor him today. This Memorial Day, I think, we're all a little more attuned to loss and grief and honoring those who are no longer with us. It's my sincere hope that it helps us better remember and better honor all those who've given their all. As is often the case, the heart breaks us and stops with the sacrifice of a service member. It extends to the sacrifices their families have made. Children who will grow up without a mother or a father, parents who will have to celebrate holidays without their children. It never gets easier. But that does not diminish what these men and women have done in devotion to their duty. And as we begin to withdraw troops out of Afghanistan, we can't forget the service and sacrifice too many have made. So this Memorial Day, I'm thanking them. I'm thanking their families. I'm thanking them for their efforts to uphold our values as a nation. And I thank all of you for the trust you placed in me, and I promise to always remember the duty that comes with such an honor. So thank you all again. I know that coming out here today brings families some comfort that the sacrifices of their loved ones will never be forgotten. Have a great Memorial Day, and thank you again.
I'd also like to recognize, thank you, Mikey Sheriff, for those thankful words, always inspirational. I'd like to recognize Morris County Commissioner Tom Master, who is joining us also here today. I'd like to introduce VFW Post 3401 Commander Thomas Valente.
I too would like to thank everyone for coming out here. My pleasure to introduce our guest speaker today. Our speaker today, more than qualified, he has served 4 years in the United States Air Force. Honorably discharged as a sergeant and is a decorated Vietnam veteran. He now serves as our chaplain at Washington VFW Post 3401 and is an inspiration and spiritual leader for all his fellow veterans. I am honored to introduce our VFW chaplain, Hunter Williams.
Good morning, Morris Plains. 2 weeks before last year's memorial celebration, I called the illustrious mayor of Morris Plains to advise him that I had just come home from 2 stays in local hospitals because of COVID-19. A 5-week stay at St. Clair's and a 3-week stay at Care One facility. I explained that I couldn't be the speaker at last year's celebration because I had just gotten home and wouldn't take a chance on being exposed to the general public. He thanked me for the call, advised me that he and the city council knew of my situation, and advised me that all had been canceled. He then went on, taking advantage of my then diminished mental state, and advised me that he and his co-conspirators, members of the city council, had found someone to be this year's speaker. Well, guess who it is? Decorations Day was founded in the 1800s by Southerners who went to cemeteries, placing flowers and throwing petals on grave sites, honoring those that had died or died as a result of wounds received during the Civil War. The honored dead were Confederate, Northern soldiers, black, white, and women. When folks up north heard about what the South was doing, they started honoring their dead. The stumbling block in all of this is it took Congress until 1971 to make Decorations Day Memorial Day, to celebrate it on the last Monday of May. We honor those who rest from the Revolutionary, Civil, Spanish, World War I, World War II, Korean, Vietnam, Afghanistan, Iraq, and Iran wars. Today we honor those no matter where they fall in the color, gender, or religious spectrum. No war in the history of man has truly resolved anything. We are all God's children, and it's time that we put aside the foolishness that we call war. Thank you very much.
Let's have one more round for Plummer. First of all, for beating COVID-19, and second of all, for being here with us all today. Thank you. And now, once again, I'll give the microphone to Commander Tom Valente, Post 3401, for their ceremony.
As long as two comrades survive, so long will the veterans of foreign wars of the United States render tribute to our heroic dead. Comrades, attention. On this day, forever consecrated to our heroic dead, we are assembled once again to express sincere reverence. This grave represents the resting places of many departed comrades who the ground has hallowed. Our presence here is in solemn commemoration of all these men and women, an expression of our tribute to their devotion to duty, to their courage and patriotism. By their services on land, on sea, and in the air, they have made us their debtors. For the flag of our nation still flies over a land of free people. Parade rest. Comrade Chaplain, will ask for the divine blessing.
Father God, the ultimate commander-in-chief, we are here today giving thanks and honoring our honored dead. We also ask a blessing on the families that made the ultimate sacrifice and continued on. We lift up your name and understand that in the mystery of life, you are the guiding light. And at the end of life's journey, you welcome us into your arms and bless us for a life well deserved and a job well done. These and other blessings we ask in your holy name. Amen.
Comrades, attention. Officers and members of Whatnot Post number 3401, veterans of foreign wars of the United States, we will now pay our respects to our departed comrades. In so doing, we offer solemn tribute to all comrades wherever they may rest. Comrade Senior Vice Commander.
On behalf of Post 3401, Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States, I place this symbol of our remembrance
Comrade Junior Vice Commander.
I place the symbol of purity on this comrade's grave. May each future generation emulate the unselfish courage of the men and women who fought for freedom.
Comrade Officer of the Day.
In memory of a heroic day who have fallen in defense of the United States of America, I place this tribute of our devotion and everlasting remembrance.
President of the Veterans of Foreign Wars Auxiliary.
On behalf of the auxiliary to the Veterans of Foreign War of the United States, place this emblem of eternity. Its colors speak of life everlasting. Thus do we immortalize the brave deeds of our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines who have given their lives on land, on sea, and in the air.
On behalf of our glorious republic, for whose integrity our comrades enlisted and served, I place this emblem of our nation, the flag of the country, was theirs to defend. Its glorious colors shall wave over them in death as in life, for everyone to behold. To you, comrades who have departed, we render a silent salute. Present arms. Order. Arms. Comrades in the silent land beyond, wherever your mortal remains may rest, these solemn services we hold in tribute to you.
We now have the firing squad. have a round of applause for our ceremony. The VFW Post 3401, our firing squad from Denville American Legion, Post 390, VFW Post 3401. Taps presented by Joseph Pizzamiti, Christopher Ruiz from the Morristown High School Marching Colonials, directed by David Gallagher. Thank you again. Thank you. This time I'd like to do flower tribute. Call up Morris Plains Fire Department Chief Kevin Rongo and President Michael Geary. Morris Plains Fire Department Ladies Auxiliary, led by Mary Ann O'Shea. Morris Plains Police Department Chief Mike Karosky. Morris Plains PBA, number 254, Patrolwoman Anne-Marie Ferris. Morris Minutemen, Lee Bender, Larry Gross. Knights of Columbus, Lou Tafaro. Little League, Rich Solo, President. Morris Plains Rotary, Patrick Boyne. the All Seasons Garden Club, Kathleen Kelly, Luann Totaro. Boy Scouts Troop Number 39, Senior Patrol Leader Carson Barone, Scoutmaster Ron Swanson. Morris Plains Democratic Committee, Tina Jeunesse, Abigail Senior. Morris Plains Republican Club, Lisa Cortez, Dennis Wagner. And on behalf of the Mayor and Council, Council President Kathy Kelly, Joan Goddard, and Nancy Berger. Now I'd like to ask the Morris Plains Borough School Band to play God Bless America. Let's hear it for them. Fantastic. I'd really like to thank that band again because they're really working under adverse conditions here and they did one heck of a job here. Thank you very much. I'd also like to recognize our future Marines standing here behind us
And I know there's a large contingency of our National Guard that's here today, so thank you very much for showing up. Thank you. I'd like to ask the Reverend Don Brown of the Presbyterian Church of Morris Plains to step up and do our benediction.
Let us pray. Almighty God, you make wars cease to the ends of the earth. You break the bow and shatter the spear. You burn the chariots with fire and bid us to be still and know that you are God. May we, your people, learn the ways of peace. Teach us to beat our swords into plowshares, our spears into pruning hooks, and to learn war no more. Bless our remembrance of these lives that have so generously given in the cause of peace and justice. May their deaths inspire us to live in the peace for which they died. May their sacrifice move us generously toward our nation, toward one another, and to all among us in need. May their selfless commitment to duty remind us of the sacred duty each of us has to love our neighbor as ourselves. May their courage inspire us to give all in seeking to become the nation of justice, equality, and freedom for which our ancestors have struggled over the generations. And now may the Lord of all nations bless us and keep us. Make his face to shine upon us and be gracious to us. Lift up his favor upon us and give us peace. Amen.
I'd like to thank you all for participating in our ceremony. Our parade is ready to step off. The parade committee has worked hard, so please enjoy it. Memorial Day is a time to remember and reflect. To remember and reflect on all the brave soldiers, over 1 million. To remember and reflect the sacrifices they gave, their lives, their families, and their futures. To remember and reflect why they gave for all our freedoms. No matter our background or who we are, they fought for all of us. As I will wrap up, I'd like to say one of my favorite lines. Remember, a soldier never dies as long as he is remembered. So let's march together in memory of the over 1 million men and women who gave their lives in order that we may enjoy our freedom. I would like to end a quote from John F. Kennedy. A nation reveals itself not only by the men it produces, but also by the men it honors and the men it remembers. There is no better place to do just that than here, right now, with all of you in this great nation of ours. God bless you, God bless Morris Plains, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you, enjoy the parade.
Only 32 are
Okay,
coming
Judy.
through.
Judy, you're up here, you cannot talk. It goes right over the microphone. Gavin, walk softly up here.
Good morning, Morris Plains. What a interesting day for a parade. I'm Larry Ripley, and I'd like to welcome everyone to the community of Caring, where it never rains in Morris Plains. It sometimes rains on Morris Plains, but never in Morris Plains. Or so they say anyway. So we're going to have a parade today, and I have been asked to make the following announcement. Even though we are close to the end of this crazy pandemic year, we're not out of the woods yet. So we would like to ask everyone to please try to respect social distancing, and if you're not with your immediate family, try to exercise caution and wear a mask. So first of all, our wonderful police department and Chief Michael Karofsky, followed by the VFW Post 3401 Color Guard, led by Commander Tom Valente. Following the VFW Post, we have the Denville Color Guard from VFW in Denville, New Jersey, the Denville American Legion Post 390, and the VFW Post Auxiliary. And this wonderful Central Park carriage that you see coming up here we have the family of Alice McGreevy. Alice McGreevy was our Grand Marshal last year when we didn't have a parade, so we want to honor her today.
Hi guys, how are you?
This is Alice's daughter, Elise, and her children.
Here we come. All right. There he is. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you.
Alice is the owner of Arthur's Steakhouse, one of the best steakhouses in New Jersey and America. She's also been very supportive of various nonprofit, community, and charitable projects in town.
How are you? Good to see you.
Next group that is coming up are this year's Grand Marshals, and this year we are honoring all of the emergency workers, first responders, essential workers, all the people that have kept our country going during this year of the COVID pandemic. So that would include the police, fire and rescue personnel, EMS, doctors, nurses, all other healthcare workers, our sanitation company, Roselle Sanitation Workers, the postal and delivery people, food service and grocery store workers, the Department of Public Works, and all of our town services, teachers and school staff, and everyone else who pitched in during this pandemic. Yo, come, move. Gotta get on these feet. Next we have our Boy Scout Troop 39. Last year they celebrated their 90th birthday as a scout troop. Yeah, but there's no reason for somebody down there stopping them to take pictures. I thought it was fast today because of the rain. They're worse. Let's have a nice Morris Plains welcome for Roselle Sanitation. Where would we be without them? Now approaching the reviewing stand, folks, we have the Palisades Park Fire Department Band. Organized in 1950, they are led by Ed Meisner, who is the Music and Finance Director. From Palisades Park, New Jersey, they recently appeared at the West Point Youth Military Tattoo, and they perform annually at the Statue of Liberty anniversary ceremony. They're with us every year, Palisades Park Department Band. Now coming into view, we have Morris Plains Bravest. Morris Plains Fire Department, fully volunteers since 1907, under the leadership of Chief Kevin Rondo, who's celebrating his half-century birthday on Friday. Kevin, happy birthday. Also with Assistant Chiefs Bob Webster and John Downs. Fire ladder truck. Following our fire department, we have the Morris Plains Ladies Auxiliary, led by Marianne O'Shea. Next coming into view, we have the Morris Minutemen Emergency Medical Services. Founded in 1941, that makes it 80 years old this year. Hey, Bobby. Led by President Lee Bender, Vice President Scott Kensky, and Captain Larry Gross. The Morris Minutemen Emergency Medical Services, your local all-volunteer EMS agency. The women and men of the Minutemen provide volunteer coverage to the people of Morris Plains and Morris Township 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. For 80 years now, the Minutemen have a tradition of zeros. 0 bills, 0 pay for its members, and 0 time off, all supported by generous donations. The unique wound ambulances are fueled by diesel, but are run by people like you, residents of Morris Plains and Morris Township, who are looking to serve their community. The Minutemen are always looking for new members, so if you're interested in joining this fine organization, please visit their website. And continuing with our essential services, the County of Morris. This is their EMS Task Force van. I'd like to thank all of the frontline workers in our community.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the guy that gets everything done in town, John Signorelli, Director of Public Works. If you know that song, it's Look for the Silver Lining. And this is the Passaic County Marching Band, founded in Patterson in 1990, 31 years old. Led by Director Rich DeZau and Joe Anecchino, the leader. They perform at ethnic parades in New York City. They've won numerous awards in firemen's parades in New York City, New York State. Performed at July 4th in Florham Park, St. Patrick's Day Parade in Morristown, Columbus Day Parade in East Hanover, and they're with us here every year. Very happy to have you with us.
How are you? I'm Mr. Angelo, County Freehold Commissioner.
This is our Mayor, Jason Carr, and our Borough Council. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bravo Brass, led by Genevieve Blashon, who is playing the sousaphone. They are from New Brunswick, New Jersey, founded in 2014, and they are been playing regularly since then. They met during their time at Rutgers University, where they all received music degrees. This, folks, is the Military Transport Association, led by President Albert Maleni and Vice President John Sobotka. We have a 1942 Willys Jeep, a 1942 Ford GPW Jeep, and a 1945 Willys Jeep. This group has been together now for almost 50 years. They're a nonprofit membership organization for people interested in collecting, restoring, and operating historic military vehicles. now, ladies and gentlemen, a perennial favorite. This is the Colonial Musketeers Senior Fife and Drum Corps, directed by Drum Major Peter Hubert, founded in the year 2000 in Hackettstown, New Jersey. They play traditional and historic music on 6-hole pipes and rope tension drums. They've been with us for many, many years, and we love having the Colonial Musketeers. Here's our friends from Picatinny Arsenal. Driving the 5-ton truck is David Deckmar Jr. and driving the 7-ton truck is David Deckmar Sr. Looks like he's pulling some kind of a howitzer or heavy artillery piece behind him. Coming up now is our own Mary Moore, and she's with Lakey J, a U.S. Army retired K-9 dog. Lakey J is an award-winning retired U.S. Army bomb and drug sniffing K-9. His service began in Balad, Iraq in September 2011 and ended in January 2019. After spending 1 month in quarantine in North Carolina, she traveled to Lincoln, Delaware, where Mary Moore picked her up and drove her home to New Jersey. She loves her new cottage home and her new sister, Little Girl, Mary's other dog, and her mama. We also have with us today United States Marines, Northeast Recruiting Station, led by Station Commander Gunnery Sergeant Zebro and Staff Sergeant Ortiz. This Civil War reenactment is an original Civil War cannon. Have a nice welcome for the Sharpshooters Band. I'm sorry, this is the Passaic County Marching Band. All Seasons Garden Club, folks, thank you very much for the help there. All Seasons Garden Club works to help make our town beautiful, and they do a lovely job. We appreciate them very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Most Worshipful Robert V. Monticelli, Grand Master of the Masons of the State of New Jersey, members of the New Jersey Grand Lodge, and members of the 11th Masonic District. Due to the rain, they're all riding in cars this year instead of marching, and unfortunately we won't have the Oriental Band, the clowns, the little cars, the motorcycles. The weather but we're happy to have them with us here. The 11th Masonic District consists of 6 Masonic lodges throughout our Morrison, Somerset County area. This district numbers over 2,500 Master Masons. Masons work to improve life around them, and their charity work includes work with the Interfaith Food Pantry, Deborah Hardin Lung Institute, and sponsorship of the New Jersey Wheelchair Track and Field Competition. We also have Mrs. Daria Ham, Grand Matron, and Bruce Zielinski, Grand Patron of the Order of Eastern Star. The Order of Eastern Star is one of the largest fraternal organizations in the world to which both men and women may belong. It's a social order comprised of over 1 million members worldwide, linked to the Order of Freemasonry, and ascribes to developing deep fraternal bonds brought out through high principles and exemplifying in our lives. We also have the illustrious Paul DiGaetano, the potentate of the Salam Shrine, of the Shriners. And the Salam Shrine is one of 195 shrine temples around the world that support 22 burn, orthopedic, and spinal cord injury hospitals for children at no cost to the child or their house or their family. And here's the clowns. And we thought you weren't going to make it. Oh, look at that. We got a really funny clown in the back seat. So, boss clown Joseph Doc Bones Salome. Everybody loves a clown. And these Salome Shrine clowns bring laughter to all the Shrine hospitals, burn and orthopedic hospitals around the world. They truly love their job. It's the Morris Plains Board of Education.
Thank you.
Board of Education is led by President Denise Rotting, the Vice President Shauna Largo, and Mark Mayer, the Superintendent of Schools. Thank you for joining us today. And it's Smokey the Bear, here today visiting from the New Jersey Forest Fire Service. Forest Fire Warden Matt Watson, and they're operating a 2019 truck with a Type 6 Wildland fire engine on it. They are stationed in Andover, New Jersey, and have been there for 115 years, protecting the lives and property and natural resources. And it's our friends at the MorristownGreen.com. Your hometown source for news about Greater Morristown. Honored this year by the Arts Council of the Morris area, Morristown Green covers everything that makes your world perfect. Please enter your video in our 6th annual Morristown Green Film Festival this summer. What has he got, a weatherproof ukulele? It doesn't get any better than that. You know, they're a great local news organization, and as musicians, they have absolutely no shame. Thank you, Kevin, and your crew. And it's the Morris Plains Rotary Club, featuring somewhere up there President Pat Boyd. Rotary Club is in Morris Plains, was founded in 1973, and they have many, many charitable works throughout our community and the world. Rotary is the world's oldest and one of the largest international volunteer charity organizations. And it's the Holy Brass Band, folks, led by David Gluck, band leader, founded in 1996 in Arrigo Park, Queens, New York. They have been performing in over 40 states in concerts and special events since 1996, and this is their 5th time in the Morris Plains Parade.
Thanks for coming out. Thank you.
That's our friends from Kitchell Express. That may be Dick Kitchell himself driving that truck. They've been with us for several years. Local to Whippany, New Jersey, a family business that's been around for decades.
Nowhere near. Not even halfway. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're about 3/4.
Good job, Larry. I'm sure you had to improvise a little bit, huh?
Always do.
Yeah, I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, is the Rory O'More School of Pipes and Drums, led by Pipe Major Keith Wood and Band Manager Matthew Wood. From right here in Morris County, the Rory O'More School of Pipes and Drums is a group of individuals dedicated to delivering traditional Irish and Scottish bagpipe music with the utmost enthusiasm and attention to detail. They are a not-for-profit organization established in 1995, and they're a family-oriented marching and competitive band. They have members as young as 8 years old and as old as, oh, it doesn't say. They provide lessons to beginning and advanced bagpipers and drummers. They're located up in Ledford, New Jersey, and can be seen in many local parades and events. They've been with us many times in our parade. We're always glad to have them. Pipe band, we have the Friendly Sons of St. Patrick. Friendly Sons of St. Patrick is a social organization of men of Irish ancestry and affinity. They provide the opportunity for their members to promote, celebrate, cultivate, and remember our Irish heritage, history, and culture. We also contribute our time and money to local charities. With the Irish Association of Northwest New Jersey, they host the annual St. Patrick's Day Parade in Morristown. And marching along with the Friendly Sons and the Sisters of St. Bridget, we have Mary Waller, who is the longtime member of the Irish American Association in New Jersey and a member of the newly established Sisters of St. Bridget. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Guard Pipes and Drums. The Guard Pipes and Drums is a non-profit organization dedicated to promoting the Celtic arts and teaching, performance, and competition of traditional and modern pipe band music. We have the Morris Plains Republican Club, led by President Lisa Cortez. And it's the Garden State Harley Owners Group, led by Director Russell Brenninger. What a wonderful day to ride a motorcycle. It's our friends from the Morris County Municipal Utilities Authority, the MCMUA, led by Executive Director Larry Gendorf, District Recycling Coordinator Liz Sweeting, and their offices are located on the property of County College of Morris up in Randolph. The MCMUA is reminding residents, don't bag recycling. Plastic bags are one of the worst contaminants in recycling facilities. They get tangled in the machinery and equipment has to be shut down to remove them from the gears. Please recycle correctly and keep the plastic bags out of your recycling bin. It's Glenda Garbage! We have an assortment of MUA vehicles with us today, including a blue trash truck, a blue recycling truck. Thank you. Happy to have them with us today. It's a very important part of our lifestyle. Thank you. Thanks for coming out. And that's our friends from Chick-fil-A. Eat Mo Chicken. Manager Drew Flynn is with us today. Let's have a nice welcome from the Morris Plains Democratic Committee. Led by Chairperson Tina Janess, Vice Chairperson Rohit Shah, Secretary Sapna Shah, and Treasurer Linda DeLapp. We're always glad to see this next group with us. They've been with us for several years now. A very exciting high school band. This is the Orange High School Mighty Marching Tornadoes. Under the leadership of Director Jonathan Cleary, color guard instructors Barbara Robertson and Stephanie Cleary, Irene Miller is the dance instructor. They've been founded in the city of Orange in 1862. Think about that for a minute. The Orange High School Marching Band is honored to participate in our parade, and they believe that music charms the soul. And we hope to enjoy your performance. We thank you very much, and yes, we will be happy to have you back next year.
Thank you for coming out. Thank you.
Let's have a big hand for the City of Orange High School Marching Tornadoes. And it's the New Jersey Devils, everyone. Founded in 1983, they are welcome back to our parade. The New Jersey Devil is the official mascot of the National Hockey League's New Jersey Devil team. The team plays their home games at the Prudential Center in Newark. Come out and cheer the team on their next season. Have a nice welcome from the Morristown High School Marching Colonials, led by the band boosters, the pit crew. That's Steve Berry from right here in Morris Plains driving that truck. Steve Berry might be the longest running band booster in the history of Music Parents Association. Morristown High Marching Colonials are led by Director David Gallagher, drum majors Owen Kelly, Heidi Carranzo, Alvardo and Charlotte Erickson. This fall, the Marching Colonials perform their show Simple Joys, reminding everyone to stop and appreciate the little things in life. They look forward to returning to full competition next year. We have watched this band in this parade now for 35 years. And I have to say that you had a little slump a few years ago, and thanks to the leadership of Mr. Gallagher, this band has come back strong. We're very happy to see you here. And look, you have official reindeer. I love it. big hand for the Morristown High School Marching Colonials. Big thanks to band director David Gallagher and assistant director Rachel Souza. Nice job, kids. Very nice job. And look, it's a surprise visitor. It's Santa Claus right here in Morris Plains in May. Santa, you're either 6 months late or 6 months early, I'm not sure which. But you're always welcome, and thank you so much for joining us today, Santa. And bringing up the rear, another of Morris Plains' finest. This is Patrol Officer Anne-Marie Ferris. Thank you, Anne-Marie. We appreciate your service.